Hello guys, welcome. So today I will be making a simple calculator app in Android Studio. So let's get started. Do keep it in mind that this tutorial is for absolute beginners. So I will be discussing each and every detail. So let's just first of all create a new project from file new project and name it calculator. We have a problem here. Okay, calculator. Okay, and then next here this is saying minimum SDK, and this is basically the minimum version of Android that your phone that your app is going to run on. Okay, so basically the Jelly Bean version is the version I'm making this calculator app for. So let's click on next, and here we have to select an activity. You might ask, what is an activity? Well, an activity is basically the interface that you see on your phone. So an app consists of a lot of activities, out of which at a single time you see a particular activity. So we are going to select empty activity for now. Our project is going to have only one activity, and the name of the activity is going to be the default, which is main activity, and let's just click on finish. So our project is going to get ready. In app res layout activity main, this is basically the layout of our app. Okay, so now let's just make the layout first. Here we have this text view. We are just going to delete it. Text view is basically a view, and in Android basically everything is a sub all these things are views that are viewed on our activity. So this text view is basically a view that shows text to our on the screen. Okay, so for the calculator app, what would we need? We need two text fields in which two numbers would be put by the user, inserted by the user, and then we have a text view which is going to show the result of our calculation, and we need four buttons: the sum button, then we have subtract, multiplication, and division. For now, let's just go to the text mode of this XML file. Here in this text mode, change this layout to a linear layout. Okay, we are choosing a linear layout. What is a linear layout? First, layout is basically what it says. It's a layout. In Android terms, it is basically how all these views are aligned in this interactive XML file. All right. So if this is our XML file, how all the things are going to be put in the interface. Okay. So first of all, linear layout is basically a layout in which all the views are put in a linear manner, and we are going to use a vertical linear layout. All right, so go to text and type here anywhere in between orientation. All right, and select vertical. All right, so the orientation has been set. Now what we need to do is add stuff to our interactive UI. We are going to add two text fields. So here in the text fields, we are going to select a number. Obviously the input is going to be a number, so select two numbers, and then add one text view which is going to show our result, and four buttons. Alright, so everything has been set here. Now let's just go here and change the ID to number 1. Select the second one and change the ID to number 2. There should be no space. Select this text view and change it to result. Select this button and change it to sum. This one and subtract. Actually it shouldn't be sum, it should be add. Alright, then we have this multiply. Then Then we have divide. Now we are going to change the text of these buttons too. So here, when you select this button, go to this text and select this text. If actually we should just go to the text layout. This is going to be good for you, as the text option is way much easier to handle than these interactive this interactive UI. So let's just go to this text, and here we have our edit text. All right, and what are we going to do is this is our first edit text. We are going to add a hint here, okay, so that the user knows that what he has to do. So number 1. Okay, I'm going to be copying this and pasting it in the other text field 2 and change the 1 to 2. Alright, so now we have number 1, number 2, and also the size of this text view is pretty small. So also I'm going to be doing changing the size and change the text to result. Alright, now what are we going to do is change the text size to let's say 25 SP. Okay, so the text size is given in SP, so you can say the SP is the unit of this text size. All right, now what are we going to do is change the text on this add button to add. The subtract button should have subtract. All right, the multiply button should have multiply, and this divide button should have divide. Okay, so we have 4 buttons ready here too. Now what are we going to do is go to our main activity.java. Here we are going to reference and declare. First of all, let's just declare all these variables. So why are we declaring it here? Basically all these elements has to be referenced in our Java code, so that whenever any change happens to the variables, it also gets reflected to the all these elements in our layout. All right, so let's just declare a text view. It is going to be result. All right, then we have edit texts. Edit texts are basically text fields, as I told you earlier. So there are 2, number 1 and then we have number 2. All right, then there are buttons. So button, add, subtract, divide, multiply. So we have everything ready here. Now we are going to refer it. We just have declared them. Now it's time to refer them and reference them, basically, not refer them. So result equals text view, then find view by id, r.id dot this is our result, so select result. So what we have done here is that result is equal to find view by id. It is finding a view with this id, which is result, r.id dot result, and it is going to typecast this whatever it gets to into a text view. All right, now let's just do it for all of them. All right, so let's just say number 1 equals edit text, find view by id, r.id dot number 1. For number 2 too, we have to do it. Then we have to do it for buttons too. So let's just do that. You might be noticing here there is an error. This is because this parenthesis was not there. Now button, which is add, equals button, find view by id, r.id dot add. Okay, do we have add here? I think it should be here, but it's not here. So I think there is something wrong here. So let's just go here in this activity main. We have changed the IDs here. All right, so it should be here, but it is not here. Dot, it is add. Yes, we have it. Then subtract equals button, find view by ID, r.id.subtract. Now let's just copy this for all of them. There is multiply, then we have divide, change it to divide, change it to multiply. Now we have everything ready. We just have to do the calculations. Okay, let's just make a variable here, declare a variable. It is going to be a float, and the name of it is going to be let's say ch, not ch, let's say result num. I don't have any other name in my mind for now. And let's just do one more thing. Okay, we don't have to do anything for now. So after we have converted the inputs to integer and the result to a float, because multiplication and division is also there, so what are we going to do is parse it into an integer. All right, so type in integer dot parse int, and we need a string in this, okay, which is basically a string of characters. Now we have to convert it into a string too. So this is how we get the number which is written in the that is put into the edit text one. Okay, so we are going to do this same for the num2 too. Okay, so change it to num2, and here also number 2. So we are getting an integer from this number 1. This we are getting the text from the number 1 and changing it to a string. After we get this string, we are parsing it into an int, and then that integer is assigned to this number. The same thing is done here too. Now we are going to add these two. Okay, result num, so result num equals num1 plus num2. all right, so now we are going to change the result to. Okay, so for that what we have to do is type in result dot set text. all right, so set text to result num dot to string. Or if this doesn't work, so what we have to do is delete this string dot value of result num. Okay, so we are getting the value of this float and changing it to a string, and then setting that string as a text to our result. all right, so our add function has been made. Similarly, we are going to make the other three functions too. So first add, second we are going to change it to subtract, but the only thing that we have to change here is change the plus to a minus. Then we have a divide, change this plus to divide. Then we have multiply, and change this plus to a multiply. all right, so everything has been done for now, and let's just run this program. Alright guys, so this is our calculator app. Let's just check this now. These are the two text fields. These are the buttons, and this is our results. So I'm gonna be typing 12 and 12. It should say 24. So it says 24. 12, and let's see what do we have here. 12 plus 5. Let's just add it. Alright, so this is how you make a simple calculator, and congratulations guys, you made your first calculator app in Android. So I hope you enjoyed this video. If you did, don't forget to hit that like button and subscribe this channel for more such videos, and I'll see you in my next video.